Welcome in, everybody, to our second New York Giants season, coming off an NFC championship and a devastating loss at the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl, coming all so close, but falling just short. And we've got the offseason ahead of us, as I mentioned. Please do hit that like button down below. Really appreciate it. Helps support the channel and all that. But let's head to stage one of free agency. We have retained all of our core players, but exerted pretty much all of our cap space in the process. We have $5 million in cap space. But the beauty is we don't have a lot of glaring needs either. As I look at our roster, I think a second linebacker would be nice. Potentially could look at like a right tackle as a long-term answer. I think a third wide receiver here would be nice. But yeah, we are in a great position to run this thing back. We have one of the more complete rosters, if not the most complete in the league. We also need a punter as well. So before I talk about who we might be able to sign here, I do want to take one more look at any cuts we might be able to make. We did cut Logan Ryan, which cleared up $9 million. This will also be a way to kind of gloss over the team as well. So do keep in mind we have Calvin Austin here, who stole the show in the real life combine. Would be fun in year 2 here to kind of get him going a little bit more. We have some other interesting pieces here with a guy like Ja'Cory Robinson, who we picked up as an undrafted free agent last year. On that O-line, we're good at left guard, left tackle, I think center, and right tackle certainly could be areas we look at. D-line, we're in great shape. Edge, we're in great shape. Ajalari had a big year. Jermaine Johnson came on really well late. So we're in good shape there. Linebacker, we've got defending defensive rookie of the year, but as I said, that second linebacker spot, we do around a 3-4 defense, is going to be our biggest need here. We gave James Bradbury a 3-year extension. We have a Dory Jackson here making the bag, and Darnay Holmes had a 6 interception season going up to startup. We also like what we have in Tariq Castro-Fields, Aaron Robinson, really good CBs 4 and 5, even all the way down to a guy like Rodarius Williams. Good zone instincts. So we are perfectly fine at corner. Safety, we need some depth after we let Logan Ryan go. But as I mentioned, this roster is very much complete right now. So let's turn to free agency. I didn't see any cuts there that would have made sense, by the way. I want to start at linebacker. So Kaiser White, the top budget name there. A little redundant with Dean as more that undersized, speedy guy. I think it might make more sense to look at like a Drew Tranquill. Could actually be an excellent fit here. And Alex Anzalone, something like that. A Nick Kwiatkowski wouldn't be bad. Malik Harrison would be fun to kick the tires, but the Browns are trying to bring him in. I don't hate that, though. Really fits the size. Someone that Wink Martindale was familiar with in Baltimore, just couldn't get him to really work. Now, we don't want him involved in man coverage very often, but for the big-bodied run defense, could be a good option. What does his block shedding stack up against Drew Tranquill here? Tranquill has 72. He's actually a little faster, not as big of a liability in coverage, and not getting any offers. So can we get Tranquill for $5 million a year on a 2-year contract to be a Band-Aid starter for us? I think this would use all of our cap space here, but maybe let's reduce that down to like 3.5 a year, just to see if we have any other money to throw at a depth piece at safety maybe. Free agency is going to be pretty boring here, to be honest. Good to see Julian Love getting the contract he was looking for there. We could bring back DeAndre Houston Carson, who was a depth piece for us last year. Give him that little over $1 million there. He doesn't hate it. We're going to need money for a punter as well. Let's just see. We can always draft a punter too. But let's just see if those players like those deals. Drew Tranquill took it. Awesome. I'm glad I lowered that contract there. I'm going to take a look at the draft and just see kind of where some of the strengths may or may not be here. We can really go in any direction with the first round. I think if a center we liked was there, we haven't really scouted these guys all that well, but a really good athlete here, Alex Dickinson out of Texas A&M. We'll probably want to use our focus players on some of these guys. There's some round 1 to 2 guards here as well. We'll take maybe a better look at them just on draft day, because I do think that's probably where we go, is best interior offensive lineman available, or a right tackle. If we loved one of these linebackers, we could take one of them early, but probably more looking day 2 or day 3 for a linebacker. I'm going to put this guy on our radar right now. 4.53 speed on the rise there, 6'2", 230. Also, some safety depth would be nice. Anyone that can be a hybrid piece. We already had our radar on these two guys earlier on, but yeah, I think those will be our positions we're looking at. We should get focus players next week, so I'll try and get a better look at some of those O-linemen. But not a whole lot to do here with $2 million in cap space. We still have that offer lingering on Houston Carson. Still hasn't taken it, but let's do private workouts here. So I'm going to pick Alex Dickinson. I'm going to pick Corey Calhoun and Kevin Rivers here. We're still the number 1 offer on Houston Carson. We have a little bit of money to throw at a punter. Can actually upgrade, get like a Jack Fox for $830. Not $30 million for a punter, believe it or not. Just give him a minimum contract. No one seems to want him. See if he takes it. And that's all she wrote for free agency. It was the re-sign stage was really where it was at for us. Our free agents were our own studs. And we get Houston Carson back, not Jack Fox. So what do we learn about our focus players here? Alex Dickinson. The athleticism all checks out. He has great pass block, great run block. Man, he would be a nice fit for us for sure. At right guard, Corey Calhoun, 6'5", 327. Really good athlete. My goodness, he could maybe even kick out and play guard. This dude's a stud, so right away we found some gems there. And then Kevin Rivers, who we scouted, the top right tackle. He's 21 out of UCLA, another really good athlete. But the run blocking and pass blocking evaluations don't come out favorable, though. So potentially a little bit more of a raw prospect there out of UCLA. But gosh, if we could walk out of the first round with Dickinson or Corey Calhoun, I would be more than happy. Where does the latest mock draft project those guys to go? Are they guys we might want to trade up for here? Let's see. Maybe not. They have Corey Calhoun going to us and the center not coming off the board. So it might be worth risking, might be worth entering the draft. See around this range. If one of the guys goes, I think we trade up. But if we can get Calhoun or Dickinson at 31, we're popping champagne. If one guy goes before we get there, I think we might think about trading up. So that's kind of our strategy here. Let's get to the draft. Eagles fully expected to go quarterback here with the number 1 pick. Travis Roseman looks like a monster. Falcons going to the DN. Texans going O-line guard off the bat. We got a Quentin Nelson situation here. Left tackle off the board to the Broncos. Probably going to play right tackle for them. Although Garrett Bowles getting up there in age now. Jets get a pass rusher or a linebacker, not really sure. Vikings taking a running back at 6, Dalvin Cook, on his way out apparently. But hey, Vikings going with an Oklahoma running back in the first round has worked out for them before, I will say that. And a middle linebacker to the Patriots. Bengals D tackle. Let's just keep moving here. I'll keep you updated if a guard or center of our particular interest come off the board here. Still nothing. As expected. A guard comes off, Josh Farley, but that's not our guard. Again, we're keeping an eye out for Corey Calhoun or Alex Dickinson. Just a few more picks to get to us. Still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Come on. Still alive. Still alive. Looking good. Not our guard. You can have them, Cowboys. And we are in the clear. We do not need to trade up. And we can have our pick of our two options. As the Dolphins take Tyson Winslow. So we could go center with Dickinson. Really good athlete. He's strong. 34 bench reps at his pro day. He's got a pass block. He's got, we don't know what his run block is, but his finesse and power are good. He's got a pass block power, so we can get in there and anchor. We don't know his pass block, finesse, A, impact block, B, lead block, B, awareness. This dude is 21 years old. It doesn't get any cleaner than this. Let's go with Alex Dickinson. Hidden development. This guy's a monster. 86 strength is average, I suppose, but my goodness. We are happy about that one now. Man, if that right guard was still there and we could move up for him, whew, that is sure as hell tempting to complete our offensive line. Now we got Kappa and Cam Robinson at right guard, right tackle. I think our guard that we want in this draft could play tackle. Man, that is tempting. Let's see if he's there at like in a few picks. Like with the Jets, maybe. Nope, he just went to the Texans. That would have been a little bit expensive to move up. So let's just get to our pick at 31. Looking at maybe safety, linebacker. Could look at a wide receiver here and fill up that room a little bit. We did lose our speed threat, so I think we'll draft some speed at wide receiver at some point, but we're not hurting necessarily at wide receiver. But just a little peek at some of these guys. None of these top dudes have that speed necessarily. So let's look. Rivers is still there, but we didn't love his impact ability. He was more of a developmental piece. Rashawn Terry is the second linebacker left who we had our eyes on him. He's more of a day 3 grade, though. This would be a little bit early to take him. Does have B awareness from what we can scout so far. I definitely want him. I don't know if this is the spot for him or not. That second safety is certainly a big need for us. Oof, man, we got some speed sitting here. Good agility work. We don't know much about him, but 22 years old, 6'3", 204 out of Oregon State. That might be the pick right there. Just look at a couple of these other options. Denzel Kramer out of Penn State. A little more balanced build. 21 years old. Another great athlete here. A hit power. A tackle. Oh, man. You know, we've already got Peppers to be more of that box guy, which seems more of his skill set. But, God, if we could develop some coverage here, or maybe he has good coverage that we don't know about, he might be the hybrid third safety piece we're looking for. And he's got hidden dev. Let's go. More long speed than short area juice, which might mean he's more of a free safety, but wow, we have hit on a couple of hidden devs. I'm going to try and stop this at like the mid-second round. Nope, I was unable to do that. It flies. So let's see if that linebacker we like is still there. He was a day 3 projection, so for him to go on day 2 would be a surprise. He's still there. Easy pick here. Rashawn Terry, 89 speed, 88 acceleration. A little bit of a downhill guy, but excited to find out what he looks like. Now we'll go to the 4th round. Let's look at some speed at wide receiver here, shall we? Wow, Quincy Bynes is falling. Not a bad athlete. Good 3-cone. What's the problem with this guy? His route running isn't very good. I mean, I guess our scouts liked him, but the fall is real there. Is there anyone else that like stands out in this group? Here's some speed. Oh my gosh. This dude went to Butler, came back to his pro day, ran a 4.34. Declaring early as a 21-year-old. This is the pick right here. 91 speed, but we can work with that. 93 acceleration, 90 agility. That is not a gross pick right there by any stretch of the imagination. On to the 5th round. He's still there, Quincy Bynes. We got to take him at this point. That's just too big of a fall. He's not bad at all. A little bit tough in his change of direction, but great athlete. Love to add you in the 5th round. Basically the 6th round. You kidding me? All right, we're going to go punter here, considering we didn't pick one up in free agency. Brandon Kitchen. 95 kick power. Let's go. We got ourselves a boot. And then almost Mr. Irrelevant. How about a backup quarterback? Some decent balance to his game. Kind of looks like a career backup at 6'3", 226. East Coast guy out of Connecticut. Definitely looks like an upgrade to our backup spot there from Woodard? Almost said Woodhead. Woodside. That's what I was trying to get. All right, what a draft, baby. I love it. We got everything we needed. We got an O-lineman who's a 75 overall hit in dev. Oh my God, Denzel Kramer, you guys. 75 overall. This guy can get off blocks. He can hammer you with 85 hit power. He can cover. What a find. What a pick Denzel Kramer in the 2nd round was. Step aside, Logan Ryan. We've got Denzel Kramer. Rashawn Terry, not terrible, 65 overall. The 2 receivers will probably make the team. Zach Gross is not bad. What's his release? Give us a good release. Give us a good release. Where is it? Where am I missing it? Did I pass it? Must have passed it. There it is. Oh, 75 release. We replaced Darius Slayton. Are you kidding me? He's literally Darius Slayton in the 4th round. Quincy Bynes. What about him? We didn't even check his release. 72. All right. Brandon Kitchen's a 72 overall punter. Our quarterback's only a 56, but wow, what a draft. Can't wait to find out what these guys' hidden devs are at 21 years old. But whoa. That is how you freaking continue a potential dynasty right there. Although Daniel Jones is still our quarterback. I don't know if we're going to have a dynasty necessarily, but God, this team is good. So let's get to the preseason. Hall of Fame induction
There's no question
of Darrelle Revis.
Revis is an intriguing one.
An already good cornerback group is going to get some good Darrelle Revis film study there. So I do come in actually just over the cap. I'm going to have to release somebody here. Ted Karras actually might be a good release target there. Graham Gano a little bit expensive as well. But we could clear $4 million if we release Karras. We're going to be starting our 1st round pick at center. That's no secret. I think that's the play. The other guy I might release here, actually, Josh Ali is pretty expensive here. With the guys we drafted, I don't see him making the team here, so we can actually clear legit cap space there. I want to have some money to sign some undrafted free agents here. So these guys are actually like decent cap hits here. JD Spielman. I think we still have, Johnson is on this team. I don't see Johnson making this team with the guys we drafted. And then I am going to release Ted Karras, who's on the last year of his deal, so we will take a cap penalty here. But this will get us back over the cap. It'll allow us to maybe add an undrafted free agent or two. And it's not going to hurt us long term. That cap penalty is all on this season. So that gets us at $2.79 million in real cap space. We could also actually get younger and better at kicker and save money if we add Tyler Bass and release Graham Gano. So I'm going to do that. Gano was awesome in the playoffs, but you got to make some sacrifices. And to clear that much cap space just makes too much sense. So sorry, Graham Gano, you were awesome. But Tyler Bass, Buffalo couldn't afford him as they try to build their own dynasty. And we will happily take him in at $2 million. So now we actually have some legit cap space. We could even sign a real free agent if we wanted to. Sterling Shepard's sitting right there. But I really like our wide receiver room. I could think about a better backup after Zach Charbonnet got stuffed at the goal line, but, Charbonnet was pretty good. We got Saquon, so I don't feel the need to do this necessarily. But what about like an undrafted guy? Anybody sneaking through the cracks that we like? Willie Griggs, local guy out of Syracuse, 92 speed, good change of direction. Not the strongest guy at 5'9", but good break tackle. Good juking ability. So he's kind of that contact balance profile there. James Robinson-esque. Let's bring him in. I do need a fullback. I don't have one on roster, so let's add Jason Kabinda there, former linebacker. Caden Smith actually never signed anywhere. He was our number 2 tight end. I'm actually going to bring him in here. We have Sam Laporta, but we needed that third tight end there. Laporta can continue to develop. We'll bring Caden Smith right back. I think that's a no-brainer for us. No O-lineman standing out there. How about on the defense? We've got a pretty dang good defensive line. Maybe some undrafted guys potentially sneaking through here. No one really catching my attention. So we'll let those guys through. What about at linebacker? No. Middle linebacker, we could potentially use some youth. How did this guy fall through the cracks? You kidding me? 21 years old, 86 speed, very downhill, only 64 change of direction. But out of Stanford, 68 block shedding. What a find. Let's pick him up. Shout out our young scouts for that one. Lastly, I feel so good about our cornerback room. I don't even want to tease these guys. Even our safety group's in pretty good shape. So, honestly, this guy's a pretty good size with some decent speed. What's his block shedding at? 51. He could maybe be a practice squad fit for us, but that's going to be our little wave of free agency there. Good little round. Let's pick our focus players here. Actually, can we even potentially get an additional focus player? Not quite. That's actually over here. So let's maybe work our way down that way. We're not getting some great development from Daniel Jones, so we don't need to go for the budding commander trait quite yet. I'm going to work my way up to those additional focus players as we look to build up the core here a little bit more. As far as our reps go, I think we'll go full-on starter reps for Ojulari. I think we can go starters at middle linebacker. Actually, no, let's split it up because I think Terry and that Stanford guy is probably going to make the team, so we can develop them a little bit. Right outside, Jermaine Johnson's that dude. He really earned it last year, so we'll just focus on Ojulari and Johnson and build around those two. With the corners, I'm actually going to go just straight up backups. Jackson and Bradbury aren't really going to get any better at this point, so let's get Holmes, Castro Fields, Robinson. Let's get them some extra XP. And then at free safety, I'm going to go starters. Strong safety, I'm actually going to go backups for Kramer there to get the XPs. So some really good splits there as far as our reps, developing who we want to. And then on offense, probably not a whole lot to change here. Wide receiver, I am going to split it. We got some interesting pieces behind there. Might as well go split at tight end. We don't have a whole lot of upside at tight end, but that's fine. O-line, we got that figured out. So yeah, not a whole lot changing there. And then with our focus players, we definitely want Dixon. That's right. I think we should keep going with Andrew Thomas. And heck, why not just stay straight up O-line development with these three guys right here? Maybe we should get that second O-line boost perk when we can for our coaching tree if we haven't already, to just, you know, turn things around with this O-line, man. We've drafted really well in the last few years. Kind of stealing from the Dallas Cowboys playbook a little bit. Just going first round, guard, tackle, center, killing it. So I'm going to skip through the preseason here. We'll see if we get any little scenarios with our veteran players. Nothing so far. Wide receiver mentorship. Kenny Galladay. Although I don't think that worked. I think that was broken. On to cut week. 9 cuts to make. We did get an injury. Don't be anything too bad. Oh, Kramer down for 3 weeks. Oh well. Nothing too serious there. He's not a starter. So we'll do our upgrades first, and then we'll do our cuts. Isaac Taylor Stewart out of USC. Trying to make this team, but I don't think he's going to make it there with 51 zone coverage. Can we get him a huge boost? He's working at it at least. Probably going to catch a practice squad there. Zach Charbonnet. Go power, dude. Come on. Can't have you getting tackled at the 1 yard line again. There you go. .22 overall is not bad for a backup at all. So cut week, we are good in the quarterback room. Running back room, I think I'm going to cut Gary Brightwell, and undrafted pickup Willie Griggs is going to make the team. And if Charbonnet struggles, maybe getting in his head a little bit about the Super Bowl moment, maybe Willie Griggs can emerge as a nice backup to Saquon. But we are going to cut Gary Brightwell. Pretty easy decision to make there. The wide receiver room, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. I think we keep these 6. I like the physical profiles, all balanced backups here. Zach Gross particularly could be an interesting deep threat for us. But yeah, I like the 6 guys we have here. Really fun skill sets. Calvin Austin definitely going to be doing return duties for us after what he showed us last year. We'll probably just cut Jerome Walker here. Not much to see there. We got our 3 tight ends. O-line, we're kind of handcuffed with who we have here. So we'll keep that group. D-line, rather. I think we'll stay put with everybody except for BJ Rainey here. You're going to get practice squatted there. Maybe come back to Benito Jones as well. 25 years old, was a practice squad guy for us. We'll see about him. He'll probably end up getting cut here. At linebacker, sorry, Tay Crowder, it's time for you to go. We have some other options, including these top 4. Excited to see these athletes come in here. Rashawn Terry, Mike Wofford, TJ Brunson going to get the snip as well. On the edge, I think Ellerson Smith has run his course. Never really got an opportunity. We can practice squad him. He might get picked up, might not. Cam Brown, I'd rather go Quincy Roche. Maybe we can keep all those guys. We'll see. Cornerback room. God, we have a good deep group of corners here. I think Jaron Williams, time for him to go. Kenya Baker, practice squad right there. Same with Taylor Stewart. Got to continue working on that zone. And that's actually everything. I already applied the undrafted pickup contracts to Griggs and that linebacker, but Jamal Sneed makes the team here. He's going to play a special teams role. We will give him his UDFA contract. 3 years. I'm going to move Houston Carson over to free safety as well, just to make sure we've got that spot filled up. And we have got our squad. How about that for an offseason? God, I can't wait for this team. I hope you guys are just as excited. Our goal, of course, this year, Super Bowl or bust, baby. We have got balance. We've got star talent. We've got a defense. We've got playoff experience. We've got a head coach in Brian Daboll, who's looking like just a freaking stud of a hire for us. Gonna be a fun one. Looking forward to it. And please do hit that like button if you're enjoying the series. We'll see you soon. Peace out.